Today we're gonna talk about 4 incredible things seen by humankind only once. A flood of beer, dry Niagara Falls, a human completely cured of HIV disease, and the Carrington Event. Do subscribe for regular updates. Without wasting time, let's get started. Number 1. Flood of beer. It is the most memorable incident happened in London. The Horseshoe Brewery, at the corner of Great Russell Street, London, owned an incredible 6.7-meter high, 22 feet, fermentation tank. This tank was in the process of brewing a brown porter ale on October 17, 1814, when one of the iron rings holding the structure together snapped. An hour later, the entire fermentation tank burst, releasing more than 1.2 million liters, 320,000 gallons, of fermenting beer. In all, 8 people died in the event itself, with another 9 opportunists perishing some days afterward from alcohol poisoning. The brewery was taken to court on account of the unique flood, but the entire incident was ruled an act of God, and no one was held responsible. We may never see another flood like it, but you can commemorate the event every year at the Holborn Whippet, a local pub that brews a special anniversary ale to remember the one and only London beer flood. And also tell us in the comment box that what you think about this beer flood. Did you like to enjoy those tons of free beer, or you just like to pray for those people who had lost their life in beer flood disaster? You can express your thoughts in the comment box. Number 2. Dry Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is one of the biggest waterfalls on the world. It usually flowing at a rate of roughly 567,800 liters or 150,000 gallons a second. The American Falls and the Bridal Veil Falls ran dry for several months in 1969. These are 2 of the 3 waterfalls that make up Niagara Falls, the third being the Horseshoe Falls. Their drying was to accommodate repair and preservation of the famous landmark. Unsurprisingly, this led to an increase in tourism. Nearly 90,000 people were recorded visiting in just one weekend. Some of those were even able to walk the dry riverbed, despite police warnings that doing so was dangerous. The work was eventually complete, and the waters were released. Many hoped for an enormous wave of rushing water, but instead, the waters were released gradually until the flow returned to normal. It has stayed so ever since, but there has been some recent talk of drying the falls again for bridge repair. And also tell us in the comment box that you ever went to Niagara Falls. If yes, then please tell us about your experience in short. We really like to know. Write your comment below. Number 3. A human completely cured of HIV. Around 35 million people have died due to human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, and 1.1 million died in 2015 alone. With an estimated 36.7 million people living with the disease, it may seem surprising that only one human has ever been completely cured of it, and his name is Timothy Brown. This was accomplished by a bone marrow transplant from a donor with a genetic mutation that makes immune cells resistant to HIV infection. Mr. Brown has remained cured of HIV since his treatments in 2007 and 2008. Because of the nature of his cure, it is very difficult to replicate Mr. Brown's success, but doctors and scientists are still hunting for a way to remove this accomplishment from our list with gene therapy and other similar methods. And if you have any comment regarding HIV disease, then write it below in the comment box. Number 4. The Carrington Event. The Carrington Event was a geomagnetic storm caused by a massive solar flare at 11:23 p.m. on September 1, 1859. The flare was observed by Richard Carrington and hit the Earth's magnetosphere the next morning, lighting the pre-dawn sky with auroras seen as far south as Jamaica. Newspapers could be read in the light of these auroras. More troubling was that telegraph wires the world over sparked and caught fire. Even when disconnected from their power sources, they were able to send messages because of the electrical currents caused by the event. Until that day, no one was aware that solar flares existed. We routinely observe solar flares now, but the Carrington event was unique because of a combination of two things. It hit us, and it was massive, the largest solar flare to hit Earth in at least 500 years. If a similar event happened today, it would cause an estimated $2 trillion in damage. And lastly, if you get a chance to watch the scary miracle of nature like as Carrington event, then do not get out from your house during this event because it is truly dangerous. Understood? If you are new in this channel, then please make sure to do subscribe for more upcoming interesting videos. Hit like button if you like this video, it's free and it will appreciate it.